This section is about babies' feeding patterns in the first few days. So when a baby is first born, they're most alert in the first 1 to 2 hours, and that is the best time to get that first breastfeeding in. And this is laying the foundation for how breastfeeding will go. After that time, babies get really sleepy in about the next 12 to 24 hours. So you may need to wake your baby and help them initiate those feeding cues to get feedings going. The best way to wake up a sleepy baby is to take the blankets completely off of them, maybe take their t-shirt off, strip them down to just a diaper, and start with skin to skin. Skin to skin is when you're holding your baby on your bare chest, and dads and partners can hold babies skin to skin as well. But when the moms do it, then the babies can smell the milk, and it helps to guide them to get latched on. So put your baby on your chest so you're heart to heart with them. Turn their face to the side so their ear is down on your chest. And this is making them feel like they're still in the womb. So they're nice and warm. They can hear you, smell you, feel you, because babies eat with all 5 senses. So make them feel warm and snuggly. And you're not bringing them here just to help them keep sleeping, but you're actively working on waking them up. So rub their back, rub on their face, tickle their armpits, play with their toes, and gently talk to them and say, hey, little one, it's time to wake up. We're going to do this feeding. And then once your baby starts to lick their lips, open their mouth and turn to the side, and maybe bob their head on your chest, that's when they're saying, I'm ready. I could do this feeding. And then you can gently slide them down into a latching position. We want babies to eat about every 2 to 3 hours. They could eat sooner, as early as 1 hour. They could eat later, as late as 4 hours. And just as I said, you may need to wake them for feedings. On the second night, you're going to notice a big change in your baby, and they're going to be more awake, more alert. They're going to want to do a lot of little feedings back to back. We call these cluster feedings. So it'll be a short feeding and a short rest, and then a short feeding and then a short rest. Because your baby has been in their super sleepy time, now they're wide awake and they're ready to work. And it seems like babies are at their sleepiest at about 3 in the afternoon. And so that's typically where you as the mom will work harder for the feeding to keep them awake, keep them going, and make it a good quality feeding. At night, and it seems to be about 3 a.m., that's when a baby is wide awake, most alert, and doing their cluster feeding. And then it's kind of like they're tanking up their belly to then go into their sleepy time, which is also called our daytime. So I know that that can be really challenging. So my best suggestion to help you get through these times is get at least 1 good nap in during the daytime, knowing that your baby is going to be awake at night. This will be their pattern for about the first month, and then they'll start to stretch out those nighttime feedings, and you can wake them up more in the daytime and get more feedings in then. I also want you to know that your body is perfectly matched for the rhythms of your baby. So your hormone for making milk is called prolactin, and your prolactin levels are highest at night, which is when your baby is most interested to breastfeed. And this is typically between about 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. So get that good nap in during the daytime. Now, every time your baby eats, we want to make sure that it's quality feedings. So when they're latched on to the breast, and remember, you want a really good latch where it's not just straight on, narrow and shallow, because they're not going to get very much, but you want them deep and off center. So your nipple is tipped up, pointing to the roof of their mouth where your nipple feels good. If your nipple is feeling good, then your baby's able to get the most milk out. They're going to do a fast, light sucking pattern, and then a slow, strong pull, and then you listen for the swallows. This is called nutritive feeding. When your baby is just hanging out, it's called non-nutritive feeding. So hanging out is just the short little sucks and pauses of sleep. So you may need to tickle their back, have your partner, family member, whoever is your support person in the moment, help to keep them awake, turn on the lights, maybe open the curtains so you get some good daylight coming in. Do whatever it takes to keep them awake so they take a quality feeding. And then you know that they're getting all of your colostrum, or when they're a little bit older, they're getting all of the milk that you have available in that moment. And so this is ensuring that you're following your baby's rhythms. They're doing the best feedings every time. Now, a pro tip here is that as your baby is nursing, you can keep your hand on your breast and gently squeeze. I like to do a pulsing motion because then you're pushing more milk out to them and then they're not working as hard. This is fantastic when it's that 3 p.m. time and they're kind of at their sleepiest. So then you're helping to make that feeding a better quality. And then it's also helpful for you in the middle of the night to speed up the feedings so that then you both get rest faster. Good luck to you.